Important. I mean, if you look at India clearing up some of the mess, a part of Goa, if you look at Sri Lanka clearing up their little southwestern corner, which has all been drink, drugs, rock and roll for years, that is actually not sustainable tourism. I've been to Goa many years ago and actually seen young Europeans begging on the streets from local people. That's not sustainable tourism.
Okay.
The whole idea is that tourists bring something, leave nothing behind except their money, and take nothing away except what they bought. Because otherwise it ruins countries. I used to be on a local council in the UK, which had a beautiful headland that attracted a lot of tourists, and it was getting worn down, and people said, oh, well, we better have concrete steps. And I said, but people come here for the natural beauty, not for concrete steps. Yeah. The Lake District in the UK has had to limit the number of tourists who go in there, because they were destroying the very thing they came to see. So it is important that we try to develop that tourism in a way that the environment can support, and in Bangladesh, that's particularly important.
Yeah, we are talking about the image of Bangladesh. When the name of Bangladesh comes up into international arena, it conjures up some negative impression, land of floods, cyclones, and other things. And you know that, I mean, the most unfortunate remark was made by Henry Kissinger that it was bottomless basket, yes. And they even ridiculed Bangladesh, bang the dish, but that was very unfortunate. Yes. But do you think that Bangladesh is getting over all the hurdles and difficulties, and they're on the way to build a good images across the world currently?
No. Frankly, still when I go home and I say I'm in Bangladesh, I will get this curious look. Bangladesh? Where is Bangladesh? Oh, it's that corner of India. I even got a letter when I was setting up the Youth Business International program here from the office in London, addressed to me in Dhaka, Bangladesh, India. And I had to email the Prince of Wales office to say, I think His Royal Highness knows that Bangladesh is an independent country. But this is part of the problem, that it has not been able to establish its identity. And part of the problem, of course, is that people from the world who come here are coming here in aid and development. And this is a hotbed of poverty. You know, this is what they bring money for. This is what their careers are about.
It's not only Bangladesh, the whole South Asia is.
Well, yes, but the rest of South Asia, I mean, look at what has happened in Vietnam, in Cambodia, in Korea, in my lifetime, your lifetime, that they've come from ruins to become very successful tourist destinations. That is about marketing, and that's about targeting who are the people. And this comes back to the sustainable tourism. Our target market is very clear. The wealthy pensioners of the West, and they are still there. This is the last generation of wealthy pensioners, probably. They are intelligent, they're educated, they're environmentally sensitive, they're politically sensitive. These are the people who we should be talking to. They buy their travel online. And Bangladesh, unfortunately, even despite digital Bangladesh, is not great at online selling. And any more than, as we said earlier, they're particularly good at customer service. You know, if someone sends you an inquiry, you have to deal with it straight away, because if they're inquiring Bangladesh and Peru simultaneously, Peru will be geared up to get back and do the deal. We can't even take PayPal payments into Bangladesh at the moment. And the people we're talking about wouldn't buy anything online if they can't do it through PayPal. So there is a certain amount that has to be done, and this is work that is going on even as we speak to try and achieve this. But the reputation is not there. The image is not there. Something we plan to do something about. We're about to launch a campaign in the UK, and we plan to spread it to other countries, with the so-called Indian restaurants. You know and I know most of those restaurants are actually Bangladeshi.
Yeah.
But they call themselves Indian because no one knows where Bangladesh is.
No one
The fact that what they're serving is Bengali food doesn't help. And we're trying to reinvent the image. We've produced a poster which is all about the old buildings, the history, the archaeology, and plan to put that through the restaurants to give the restaurant owners some pride. And when I've talked to restaurant owners in the UK and I've shown them some of that material, they've wanted to have it to show their customers, because, you know, Bangladeshis are so proud of Bangladesh. And I know it angers and embarrasses them that it doesn't have the reputation that it deserves. But even they are not aware of this fantastic history. I mean, I would say that it's a history to parallel the history of Britain, the history of the United States. As a country that's attracted migrants, travelers, merchants from across the world for arguably 3,000 or 4,000 years.
Okay. So by this time, are you impressed with the way the policymakers are dealing with the tourism sector in Bangladesh? And if not, what's your suggestions you're going to put forward?
Well, to begin with, they have to provide incentives to legitimate tourism companies. I mean, for example, if a tourist comes to us and asks us to book a flight for them, we have to pay tax on the price we pay for that ticket. You know, so they're taxing us on turnover, not on our profits. There is no investment